Gilbert, the high one to the wing. Revolt attracts a crowd, almost the mark in front. Reid couldn't bring it down. Now he's got a problem. Peeling off his Milne, kicks inside the forward 50. Kozitzki comes at it, needs to control it, does. Just keeps it in, goes back to Revolt. What about that running? Moments ago in the pack at the interchange. All eyes on this man. Revolt. Can he inspire his team? Yes, he can. That's the goal they needed. Can they unlock this defensive call? Revolt should get this one, and he does. He's 60 metres out. Very open forward line. Collingwood have got a couple of extras. In fact, yes, 2. For a moment it was 3. Back inside that defensive 50. Revolt unloads then. Kozitzki is the target. Up in front, the mark is taken by Goddard. Goddard moments ago was in a back pocket. Certainly one of the stars of the competition. And together with Revolt, realises they've got a huge responsibility. Goddard just ghosting across in front of the pack. Watch this reaction.
The real height in the contest was Kozitzki, though. He got forward as he has to, and that allowed Goddard just to float into the pack.
I didn't know what was coming. I think I'm a clairvoyant. There goes the kick. And he puts it through to Goddard. Terrific.
Himself in the gear, St Kilda forward line, so that visual pressure again, it just caused a turnover.
I reckon that's the hottest the footy's been all day, that moment. The Saints go forward, Revolt and Brown, Gilbert lurking, Maxwell getting back. Kept his head over at Maxwell. The handball forward, Schneider, can't quite break it. Gilbert, he's got it! They're in this now!
Been an important move, that one. Probably didn't see it coming, Sam Gilbert. Not a noted goal kick, only 1 for the season so far, but his work rates, you just see him there on the left of screen. He never gives up. He's there, creates the outnumber just by getting there.
They needed another player because Revolt was firstly Revolt or no one. It was either Fisher or Gilbert probably that they had to take out of defence just to give another player with a bit of height and a bit of rating.
Hot game. He's been really important, Sam Gilbert, being able to lock the ball inside. He's matching Nick Revolt for work rate, so now they've got 2 hard workers. I'll tell you what, they just swarm so far. You've just got to get it going forward.
So Collingwood pressing. Building forward, Lee Brown. Davis and Dempster. Davis! Well, this would be ironic. He's made a mark on the big stage.
Yeah, that's what forward works all about. It was interesting when they were walking out on the ground at 3/4 time. Nathan Buckley was walking out with Leon Davis. He had a bad game, Davis. He's had a few grand finals. All the demons will be floating around. Buck's just trying to give him a little bit of encouragement. When you're playing in that part of the ground, couple of possessions, couple of goals, can win your team the game.
Forward line for a moment. Dawes, Gwilt again. Terrific. To Fisher. To Eddie. Well, he's only had 1 kick a minute ago. Now he's going to have a 3rd. Can he use it? Kicks the ball hard to Revolt. And Schneider takes it. He's too far out, I think. Hayes. He might be too far out, I think. Could Lenny find the distance from here? He's looking for Goddard, I think. Or Graham.
Yeah, Collingwood will be certainly covering those long-range kickers. He's just going to take this on his shoulders himself.
Well, he's a man for a big occasion, we know that, but can he get the distance? He's pumped it hard, he's pumped it long, he's kicked the goal! Lenny Hayes found a metre when he needed it.
Now this is the challenge. They just goes without saying, need the next goal. They've worked so hard to get to this stage where they've got themselves into striking distance, but just haven't been able to do it. And it's been a weight of numbers. They've only had, what is it now, the 30 inside 50s.
It's amazingly low, isn't it, to be in the game?
And so they need the extraordinary things. The Kozitzki goal in the 3rd quarter from outside 50, the Hayes goal. They'd love an easier goal.
Just such a big moment. Moments ago on the outer side wing, Collingwood had 2-on-1. They went the long lead, and Gwilt was able to control the football. Had it been crumbed, or had they gone short, Collingwood would have been in scoring range. Out of the middle, scrambled down towards half forward by Hayes. Johnson, he's battled hard back there. Socket off the ground by Tuvey. Comes straight to Montagna. Del Santo kicks inside the forward 50. And the mark is taken by Milne.
He pleading for the push.
He's a good overhead mark, Milne, but on O'Brien, you would think O'Brien would be just too big and too strong. Just eased him under the football. Eased him under.
One part of the game that's been extraordinary has been small forwards being able to mark the ball in contested situations.
Milne comes in the margin. 1 point.
Number now becomes 2-on-2 and then 3-on-2 in St Kilda's favour.
Still all the time in the world. Just under 8 minutes. Revolt third man up. Opportunity for ball head down. Didak couldn't control it. Revolt out of the congestion. It runs on and touched. Maxwell tracking it back. Touching it right on the chalk. Watch it again for a moment. It looks gone. He does brilliantly.
What about the will of Lenny Hayes?
Yes, nick of time indeed. Nicks all round. Revolt kicked it. Maxwell got back.
Captain's kick, captain's spoil, eh?
That's pressure.
Just mentioned then he got the fall out of the will and the contested footy of Lenny Hayes to in this second half, as he's done so many times for St Kilda.
Schneider, here is Hayes, belting forward, got up!
What a drop.
That's his innate, he's got that ability to go forward, that real X factor.
You could see the setup, but he took it.
Collingwood has never been behind in this grand final today. The Saints have never been in front until now.
Well, we could talk about all the statistical numbers. Basically, 58 inside 50. That means chances to score for Collingwood. 33 to St Kilda. A massive difference, but St Kilda are 6 points in front. So the ability of St Kilda to keep Collingwood to basically 8 goals, 7 off the boot, moving the rush behind has just been the reason that they're in this position.
There might be a moment, I reckon, might be a grand final moment. That is an absolute ripper.
Collingwood have led for 1 hour and 52 minutes. Just short of running a marathon. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint.
To Beams, to side bottom, long kick to Dawes. Well done, Dawson. Dawes with him, and the ball still in play. Dawes pushing forward. Goddard. Not sure if anyone's played a better grand final than Goddard. Baker caught up. Pendlebury. Quilt's been magnificent. Back to Fisher. Off one step. Gilbert. Maxwell. What a mark. Maxwell's off.
They're all finding something extra now. The short one, Didak, capable of the miracle. Didak goes out wide. Taken by side bottom. Side bottom looks down towards half forward. Nobody near this man. McCaffer runs to the 50. Sets it up. Shaw will fly from behind. Almost got hands to it. Spills out the back. Cloak has kicked the goal. Magpies back in front.
Typical Collingwood build-up, went down along the line. I think it was McCaffer that was left out by himself and brought the ball back in. Big fly from Heath Shaw, and Brendan Goddard, but Travis Cloak got the crumbs and kicked the goal. We just see here, this is the turnover here. Been punching all day and he's gone for the actual pluck and played on, had to play on. There's no time to milk for Collingwood at this stage of the game. And down the other end, goal, can't miss from there.
We'll never get out.
Wilt has been terrific. Kicks outside the defensive 50. What a mark! Revolt.
That's one way of getting it out, Lee.
Yep.
Yeah, trouble is he's about 50 metres from where they would like him now. They want him on the end of this kick.
Just a rolling huddle for St Kilda and Collingwood. Milne and Ben Johnson right down in the forward square for St Kilda.
Goddard the target. O'Brien.
Here we go, 1-1.
Hayes belting the ball forward. Johnson quickly off the mark. Milne at a best. Ball bouncing. Scores a level.
Oh, no.
What are you doing next week?
Gee whiz. Do you take the ball there, Stephen Milne?
I think he was going to try and take it. It just bounced out of his reach.
So Johnson belts it as far as he can. He's sure up. Free kick.
Who tipped the draw?
Not the band.
So against Gilbert, Shaw outnumbered. The Saints concede a free. Down the line he goes.
In front, Blake got a fist on it. Knocks it out of bounds. Well, how's their scores are level? Boundary throw in at the interchange gates. Collingwood know all about draws in the grand final. What a remarkable game. I think the odds makers would favour a draw. Clean possession is vital here. Thomas tries to slap it out. Kazitsky. In went Tuvey. Tracking the football back towards halfback is Reed. Comes to Del Santo. Taken down. 56 seconds to go. Clock stops at 54.
Where's Barry Breen?
This was almost the spot he kicked it from, wasn't
Oh, it was a bit about probably 40 metres closer to goal, but
That'll do.
Yeah. Surge it forward, both sides. Just surge it forward.
Who can get this kick? Ray belts it forward. Swan chasing Hayes. Montagna kicks to 20 metres. Anything will do for the Saints. Kazitsky couldn't quite. O'Brien, Milne, still Milne. Johnson hanging on hard. Well done. Ball still in dispute. Out to Shaw. We had a draw in 1948 and a draw in 1977. Graham hard at it. Blair. And the odds are shortening.
Huge play by Graham. He left his opponent, McCaffrey, to make the outnumber. If the ball went over the top, the Pies are away.
all St Kilda were trying to do was force it through from that 30 metres out. Great defence by Collingwood.
Have we ever spent 2 hours at the MCG like this before?
I don't think so, Bruce. Montagna kicks inside the 50, punched out. Pendlebury's over the football, down to 15 seconds. Collingwood, though, controlling the ball. Thomas to the wing. Jolly knocked away by Blake.
There it is.
Thrown in. I think we've got a draw, ladies and gentlemen.
One last clearance, one last chance. Can somebody get a clear ball here and kick it along and hard? Goddard, the tap. Del Santo. It's going to be a draw. It's unbelievable. But it's happened.